Torah Old Testament, Genesis 18-19. Angels came in human form to the city of Sodom. They were hosted by Lot. The people of the city surrounded the house with evil intentions. God revealed the coming destruction and the angels protected Lot. Bible, Book of Genesis 18-19. 2 angels arrived at evening in Sodom. Lot insisted they stay in his home. The men of the city demanded to abuse them. Angels struck the crowd with blindness and warned Lot to flee before dawn. Quran, Surah Hud, Surah al-Hijr, Surah al-Ankabut. The messengers came to Lot as handsome men. He became distressed, fearing for their safety. His people rushed toward his house with sinful desires. The angels revealed their identity and the divine punishment. 3 books. 1 night. A night that became a turning point in human history. Clapperboard opening hook, cinematic. The sun was setting behind the mountains of Sodom. Shadows stretched across the streets like dark fingers. The city was calm. Too calm. No one knew that within hours, fire from the sky would erase everything. No one knew that angels were already walking among them. And one man, a lonely prophet named Lot was about to face the most terrifying night of his life. And before we go deeper into this incredible story, if you love powerful historical narratives that reveal hidden lessons of humanity, take a moment to connect with Son of Adam by subscribing. You become part of a journey that uncovers truth, wisdom, and the forgotten chapters of history. Now, let's return to that night. The arrival no one recognized. As evening approached, 2 young men entered the city. They looked like travelers. Strong, handsome, calm, but they were not ordinary humans. They were angels sent by Allah. Messengers of judgment. Messengers of mercy. They walked through the streets of Sodom while people stared. In this corrupt city, beauty attracted danger. Eyes followed them. Whispers spread. Desires awakened. But one man noticed something different. Lot the prophet of God, the only man in that land still fighting for purity. When he saw the guests, his heart sank, because he knew his people. He knew their sickness. He knew what they would try to do. The Quran describes his reaction clearly. He was distressed for them and felt helpless to protect them. His hands trembled. His breath became heavy. This was not a normal visit. This was a test. Lot rushes to protect them. Lot quickly approached them. Please come to my house, he urged. Do not stay in the streets. The angels looked at him calmly. We will stay in the city square. But Lot insisted. Begged. Almost pleaded. No, please. Come with me. His voice was full of fear. Finally, they agreed, and they entered his home. Inside, Lot locked the doors. His wife watched silently. Yes, his own wife. The one who secretly supported the corrupt people. The one who would soon betray him. Lot tried to make his guests comfortable. But his heart was racing. Because he knew, the city would not remain quiet for long. The whisper that turned into a storm. Lot's wife slipped outside. She spread the news. There are handsome men in Lot's house. That was all it took. Like wildfire, the message spread across Sodom. Men left their homes. Groups formed. Laughter echoed. Evil excitement filled the streets. Footsteps grew louder. Torches lit the darkness. A mob surrounded Lot's house. Young men, old men, leaders, all of them, the Quran says, they came rushing toward him. Not walking, rushing, like hungry wolves. The door of desperation. Bang, bang, bang. The door shook. Bring out your guests. They are ours. Lut A.S. stood trembling in front of the door, his heart pounding like thunder. He opened it slightly, facing a sea of sinful faces. He raised his hands. My people, fear Allah. Do not disgrace me concerning my guests. Are there not righteous men among you? Silence. Then laughter. Mockery. Didn't we forbid you from protecting anyone? They pushed forward. Closer. Closer. Lut A.S. felt completely helpless. In desperation he said, "These are my daughters. Marry them lawfully if you must. Not literal daughters, but the women of the community. A lawful path, a pure option." But they didn't want purity. They wanted sin. They shouted back, "You know we have no desire for women." Those words, they were the final proof of their corruption. A prophet's breaking point. Lut A.S. whispered to himself, "If only I had strength. If only I had a powerful tribe." But he was alone. One man, against a nation of evil. This was the darkest moment of his mission. The moment when it seemed that evil had completely won. The mob pushed harder. The door nearly broke, and Lut A.S. prepared himself for humiliation, for violence, for disaster. The moment everything changed, suddenly, a calm voice spoke behind him. "O Lut, we are messengers of your Lord. They will never reach you." In an instant, the angels revealed their true identity. One of them stretched out his hand. A flash of divine power. The mob screamed. Their eyes turned blind. They stumbled, fell, crashed into each other. The Quran describes, "So we struck them with blindness." Panic filled the streets. Where is the door? We can't see. The strongest men were now helpless, running like lost children. The angels turned to Lut A.S. "This night, leave with your family. Do not look back. Morning will bring their destruction." Lut A.S. collapsed in relief. Tears flowed. The night that terrified him had now become the night of salvation. The house of Lut A.S. was now silent. Outside, men were stumbling in darkness, blind, confused, cursing. The angels turned toward Lut A.S. with firm authority. "This is the moment. Leave now. Take your family. Do not look back, not even once. Because what is coming, no soul will survive." The air felt heavy, like the calm before a storm. Lut A.S. gathered his daughters quickly. Their hearts were pounding, fear mixed with relief. They stepped out quietly while the blinded mob cried out in chaos. But one figure walked slowly behind them. His wife, the woman who betrayed him. Her face showed hesitation. Her heart still belonged to Sodom. The silent escape. They moved through the dark streets. Not a single light shone. The city that once laughed in corruption now felt like a graveyard. Every step echoed. The angels guided them beyond the city, toward the mountains, toward safety. Lut A.S. kept whispering prayers. His daughters held each other tightly. Behind them, the sky began to change. Clouds gathered unnaturally fast. The wind howled. A strange glow appeared on the horizon. It was not sunrise. It was something far more terrifying. The fatal look back. Suddenly, Lut's wife slowed down. She stopped. Her heart pulled toward her people, toward her home, toward the life of sin she loved. Despite the clear warning, she turned her head. Just one glance, and in that moment, the punishment struck. The Quran tells us, she was among those who remained behind. A blast of divine force froze her. Her body turned lifeless. According to tradition, she became a pillar of salt, a symbol, a warning for all generations. Lut A.S. heard a sound behind him. He turned slightly, but the angel stopped him. Do not look back. Move forward. Tears filled his eyes. He had lost his wife. But Allah had saved his mission. The sky opens. Now, the real destruction began. From the heavens, stones of burning clay rained down. Not randomly, each one targeted, each one precise. The Quran describes, marked stones from your Lord. The earth shook violently. Buildings collapsed. Screams echoed. The ground flipped upside down. The entire city was lifted, then slammed back into the earth. Fire followed. Smoke covered everything. The angels stood calmly, watching divine justice unfold. By the time dawn broke, nothing remained. Where a city once stood, now there was only ruin. Silence, ash, and death. Lut A.S. watches from afar. From the mountains, Lut A.S. and his daughters looked back. The glow faded. The smoke rose into the sky. The civilization that rejected truth was gone. Lut A.S. fell to his knees, his body shaking, not in fear, but in awe and sorrow. He had warned them. For years, he had begged, he had cried, he had prayed, but arrogance blinded them long before the angels ever did. This night proved one eternal truth. When mercy is rejected, justice eventually arrives. The hidden lesson of this night. This was not just a story of punishment. It was a story of how corruption grows slowly, how society normalizes sin, how warnings are mocked, and how arrogance invites destruction. Sodom was not destroyed overnight. It was destroyed after years of refusal, years of pride, years of rebellion. The angels did not come quickly. They came when the limit was reached. A mirror for humanity. This night stands as a mirror, not only for ancient people, but for every generation. Whenever societies celebrate immorality, whenever truth is silenced, whenever prophets are mocked, whenever sin becomes normal, the same pattern repeats. Warning, patience, delay, then sudden justice. History does not forget, and neither does God. From the mountains, Lut A.S. watched the city burn. The once lively streets were now reduced to ash. The laughter, the mocking, the arrogance, all gone. Only silence remained. The angels had fulfilled their mission. The Quran reminds us, thus do we recompense the guilty. But what does this mean for humanity? Not just for Sodom, not just for Lut A.S. For all people, in every age. When corruption becomes normalized, it eats at the very soul of a society. When arrogance blinds hearts, warnings fall on deaf ears. When sin is celebrated, mercy is delayed, and justice arrives decisively. Spiritual reflection. Lut A.S. turned to his daughters. We were spared because of obedience, because of faith, because we followed the guidance of God. Yet even in salvation, there was grief. The loss of his wife served as a constant reminder. Blind attachment to a corrupt world can cost even the closest ones. History is not merely stories. It is a guide, a mirror, a warning, lessons that transcend time. Sodom's destruction is more than an ancient tale. It reflects the dangers present in every generation. Societies ignoring ethical principles, communities rewarding arrogance, nations punishing the righteous. When we look at modern parallels, the pattern is clear. Unchecked immorality weakens civilizations. Denial of truth leads to catastrophic consequences. Delaying action against corruption only magnifies the inevitable fall. Lut A.S.'s story reminds us. The line between mercy and justice is often defined by human choice. Those who heed the warnings live. Those who mock, perish. Modern reflections. Even today, when we see oppression, pride, and greed thriving, we are witnessing echoes of Sodom. Societies chasing instant gratification, leadership turning blind eyes to injustice, communities mocking the few who stand for righteousness. Lot A's struggle is a lesson in moral courage. Stand firm, warn boldly, protect the innocent, even if you are alone. Faith is not measured by comfort. It is measured by endurance in the face of overwhelming darkness. As dawn broke, the angels returned to the heavens. Lot A's and his daughters remained in the mountains. Shaken but alive, the smell of smoke and ash lingered. The sound of silence echoed louder than any scream ever could. The lesson was clear. The night that changed history had also defined a moral truth that would echo through every generation. Faith in God is protection. Obedience is survival, and mercy comes to those who uphold righteousness, even in the face of overwhelming evil. The story of Lot A's is a reminder. In a world that often celebrates what is wrong, courage and faith shine brighter than any city of corruption. If this episode has moved you, taught you, or reminded you of the timeless truths of history, take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. Be part of a community that uncovers forgotten stories, lessons, and the wisdom of prophets. Because history is not just to be remembered, it is to be learned.